or suicide? Is it love? Put your mouth to mine when you see CPR. Call it 999 when you see CPR. I try to run, head for the hills. If you're a ghost, then oh my God, oh can you give me the chills? Yeah. Is it love or suicide? Is it love or suicide? Is it love or suicide? Is it love? Are you the one I ride or die? When I'm with you, I feel alive. Is it fun? Is this a vibe? Is it love? Put your mouth to mine, give me CPR. Call it 999, give me CPR. Hello, 999, what's your emergency? Well, the thing is, I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Yeah, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Yeah, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Oh, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Yeah, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Put your mouth to mine, give me CPR. Yeah, I'm in love, and you're to blame. Call it 999, give me CPR.
Hello there, good evening. And to the Poker Fate people, also long time no see/stream. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of stream, but not enough to make any like reportable progress. You guys will see. I'm still like at 61 or something like that.
Eyes, I took a breath, jumped off the cliff.
It's like coming back to Poker Fate after being on a Mahjong bender feels like going back to your grandparents' house. It smells kind of unusual. It smells like old people, but it's still comfortable. No matter how how should I put this? Familiar you are with it, it never gets old. You always end up coming back to it, don't you? And yeah, we're gonna play a little bit more of Poker Fate today. For those that happen to be joining now and have never seen my stream before, I kind of went, even though this channel is more Mahjong focused, I kind of went on a side quest, the Poker Fate side quest for a while. I was bum rushing that every other day. And yeah, let's go right back to it. That being said, still big balling at the tables as usual. Well, one of the good things about not playing the game is that if you don't play the game, you can't lose any chips. So I'm still pretty high up on chips. I can go play the highest stakes, which I'm pretty sure are still at purple tables with no problem. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And oh yeah, I've also like I used to have the if someone remembers this, like I used to have the train conductor character, because it was a more recent banner than this one that I'm using currently. But I just felt like going back to this one. It's a little bit more classy. I like the how it fits the lobbies and the table aesthetics more anyway. And I'll say one thing though, off stream and before starting this. I've been amassing, so to speak, these free chips from either gifts or events or stuff like that. And I couldn't help but notice that the one character that I've wanted to have since day one now has their own banner, or so I thought. So I started pulling for it, and the idea that I had going in was like, well, there's only this character in the banner, so I'm kind of assuming that the only character that you can pull out of this banner is the one that's on screen, the only one shown here. I started pulling for it, or like, it says there is a 20% rate up, right? Hey, that sounds great. I've always wanted to have this character. I managed to pull pretty much every other character in the fucking game except for the, like, Kaoru here, one of the newest ones. But never this one, which is the character that I wanted to main. And so I went, I used up all my Kismet ships on this banner. And only then did I realize that this banner doesn't actually include, like, it's not like pulling for bonded gifts, decorations, or if you get the character you get this one and there's a 20% chance of getting it. No, this banner does not only contain Himia, it does in fact contain almost every single character released in the game. It's just that Himia happens to have a 20% increase in the odds for pulling her. So when I saw the animation that it shows up for when you pull up, when you like fucking pull a new character, I was like, holy shit, I can finally start bonding this character and turning it into my main, which was my plan from day one, before like kind of pivoting to Sapphire. And then the straight conductor character, as you can see, like I have a bunch of characters here that I accidentally got trying to pull Himia over here. So I got the animation for pulling a character and I started celebrating in advance before realizing that I was going to get a dupe. And I got this duplicate, which not only do I already have this character, it's already fully bonded. So, oh well, I guess it's just like I said before, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Oh well, what can I say? Let me just do some stuff on the back end here, and then I'll get going. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the purple tables over and over again. Until I am tired. I think it's been long enough that some of the older Poker Fate VODs have been deleted, but I've done like 5-hour streams of this game before, something like that. I don't know if that's gonna be the case this time. Hold on. I don't know if that's gonna be the case this time, but I'll give it a good go. I'll say that much. And beyond that, I also want to catch up with the new UI stuff that's going on in here. We now have achievements, apparently. This I'm just gonna draw a quick comparison. It's just like the achievements tab in Mahjong Soul. Like if you get every single achievement, you get a special title. Like Shrine Guest, Grand Gallery, you know, there's a variety of stuff like exclusive, really rare titles in Mahjong Soul for doing all the achievements. I guess passively, before this feature was introduced, I had already made my way like halfway to 100% in some of them. Will I ever change to one of these titles? I might consider it, but as I've said before, probably wouldn't take this one out for anything. You would have to pry it out of my cold dead hands because shimmer aesthetics and all that. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. But I would like to have the achievement anyway, so I'm not gonna work towards it like specifically, but if I get it passively, I'll claim the titles. Beyond that, there's also like a new event going on for getting. It's like a new currency that you get passively from playing Texas Hold'em or Omaha or even SNG, and then you can go to the where is it? Yeah, to the shop, get pools, get titles, get avatar frames, stuff like that. And also a die here. Oh, okay, this is... alright, I see. These 3 items here are just story items, not actually aesthetics for the main game. Our special seems to have an exclamation mark here. Alright, this is a little bit on the nose, but we have Himiya standing on a baccarat table for some reason. I dig it. This is a pretty cool illustration. I'm into it. Yeah, let's not meander too much in this screen, lest the Twitch police gets us. Although I've seen worse in this platform, so not too concerned about that. Yeah, I guess I'll just zone into a high stakes table with like 5 mil. 5 mil is a little bit unusual for me. How about I just go for the usual amount that I go for, like 2.5, 3 mil. Let's start with 3 mil. I plan on going for a while anyway. I see. So the Himiya standing on the baccarat table is a new skin. Understood. Alright, hooks and nines. Pay the big blind just to sit at this table. Everyone is folding. I'm gonna call you because I'm coming back to the game and I wanna play the fucking game. Beyond that, let's see. I mean, this is decent straight chance. Let's lay down the family fortune for this. At least a little bit. Oh, really? I guess, I mean, they could also be flushing here. Nah, I'm out of here. That raise got me a little bit scared, not gonna lie. We have enough time to ball. If they hadn't raised, like if they had only called, I might have called all the way to the river. But true to what my description says, my classic is pretty much folding a straight, a perfectly good straight that I otherwise could have won. That's happened enough times before, and I think it'll happen again. Alright, we can do heads up for a while. Laying down little bets and then switch the table. Sure. Why not? And then switch the table after this. Alright, thanks for the 2 melee. Now let's switch tables real quick. And if anyone happens to be watching, if the mixing is a little bit off with this background music, let me know. There's something like kinda interesting that I noticed about the sound design in this game. is that the music is side-chained to the voices of the characters. Like the music ducks under the voice lines. It's kind of interesting to mix. Anyway, this is a nothing burger. I'm just gonna play a checking simulator until the end. Or lay down a cheeky little call like that, nothing wrong with it. No. Because I'm up 500k. Y'all can fight for the little pot. Yeah, I don't know, like... With a full house, I probably would have tried to raise a little bit on the turn. Could have kind of fleeced a crosslord over there. It's a decent straight potential, so I'm gonna bet on this one. It's only 2 spades on the board too, so... I'm not fucking folding this straight. I'm gonna fix it on the river. Watch this. And that's a swing and a miss. And a big ol' miss at that, because I have a shit pair anyway. We can fold out of here though. No harm, no foul. Back to square one. Nope. Never call on the pre-flop. They have some new stats here, which kind of confirms what I just said about me never calling, never like betting on the pre-flop. Ooh, what if I get a cheeky little king or an ace here? Nah, not laying down the family fortune for that. I would if I had like a big cheap lead or something like that. Wide open spaces. Room to make a big mistake. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't fuck around with that. That is a big old damene, and I don't even have to pay a blind, so I'm Audi 5000. See if they changed something about the mini games. They did. Okay, now you can. It used to be like the maximum amount of pinballs that you could throw into the game would be 10. Now you can throw 30 at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. I had to look away there for a second because this is a Christian stream. Why not? 30 balls at the same fucking time. I want to check the results of that. I have to... Okay, we did manage to strike even there. Okay, I'll call your bet. I don't want to raise here, but I probably will on a turn. You don't have a flush. Unless another club comes out. These voice lines seem unusual to me because I've been playing this train conductor character previously myself for such a long time. But this was my OG though. I started playing with this one. And for what it's worth, it's also producer Ham's character, I think. He still uses Sapphire. Yeah. Be nice to have this character someday. Not necessarily the skin. Like I said, I think this is a little bit too on the nose for me. But the bonded skin looks pretty cool. It looks fucking hilarious when she's standing on the baccarat table though. Big wins for Right Lord, which bought in with like 15 million chips or something. Almost forgot to do this. Something else on the back end. Ooh, pocket fives, huh? Same color too. Alright, we call with that. I'll do a checking simulator about a little bluff. Called immediately, they're that confident. They probably have a higher pair than me. So I'm out of here. There was an attempt to play Aces and Kings. Well, it's entirely off suit. Maybe fix a cheeky king for me and we're good to go. You're gonna beto and I'm out of here. Himiya there wasn't just happy with laying down a big blind, raised it so y'all can fight. I'm glad I folded out of here. Ace and King on the board with my whole cards. That's no keys to build a dream on. This is entirely different though. Maybe do a little cheeky call to that. Eventually I'll flip the script and do a big ol' raise just like that. Not yet. It's too early in the stream to start vomiting all my chips. Fold to fold another day is what they say. But yeah, that's what happens when you fuck around and find out. That's unfortunate. Not a single spade in there.
オールドチェックベッドコールチェックミチェック残念次はもっと頑張りましょうハイカードコールレイズよ
I was gonna say we have Miku Miku on the table now.
コール
I'll call your desperate all in. Why not? Let's see how the shit show ends.
チェックチェックいつもご支援ありがとうございますチェックチェック
Yeah, checking simulator all the way until the end.
ビッグブラインド
Keeping Nona alive.
ハイカードコールレイズ
Beyond that, yeah. Reasons why I haven't been streaming Poker Fate much. It's just that, like, been on a Mahjong bender, so to speak.
ワンペアベッド
To do a little cheeky bluff here.
コール
Just because there are two hearts on the table.
ツーペアベッド
You're probably gonna fold now. But I'm still happy with that. Oh, do you have trips of something? I'll lay down the family fortune for that.
チェック
I bought in at 3 million anyway, so
全部いただくわね
I could probably save that one. I don't know if that was worth saving. I've had like bigger wins than that, but that's alright.
レイズコールチェックベッドやめるのボタンねハイカードレイズコールレイズよ
It's a little bit too spicy for me, I think. Nah,
楽勝よ
I just fixed the coffee pot, so you can have that one.
ダメね
They were decent whole cards though.
気をつけないとコールベッドコールチェックチェック
Ba-ba-da-dum-ba-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum.
あれもう終わり勝っちゃった
Let's try to make it to 62 today.
コールコール運が味方してる
As you can see, my pre-flop. Now everyone can see this,
コール
even without watching the stream or whatever.
コール
My pre-flop raise is pretty much non-existent.
ワンペ
I have no intention of
アチェック
changing that.
チェックチェックチェックチェックチェック
Unless it's like I said, like
スリーカード
once in a lifetime, I'll do a
チェックチェック
I'll flip the script and do something crazy on the pre-flop. It's just 500k. We can afford this. Just to take a look at the
全部
hand.
いただくわね
And yeah, that works out.
ハイカード コールハイカード
I almost wanna fold out of spite. I'll do it now.
コール
For breaking my pocket ace. Rest in pieces right there.
ベッド
With that flop. Can't do anything with that.
オールインコール勝負は決まったわ
It's a pretty decent flop. I mean, pot for left lord. Alright, y'all. Someone else leaves. I'm switching tables as well. We can go heads up for a hand though.
ワンペアベッドよろしくね
Since it's heads up, let's make it interesting. Yep, something like that.
ベッド私の本当の姿
Take that all the way to the bank.
スモールブラインドハイカードチェック
This is a pretty decent. These are pretty decent stats so far. Fingers crossed, of course.
気をつけないとやめ
Like 27 hands, 1 out of 121.
ボタン
For Texas Hold'em,
ハイ
not too bad, right?
レイズ
Let's hope I can stay the course.
コール
Of course, with a
ツーペア
21 million bankroll, they have no issues raising on the pre-flop. They're probably gonna keep doing that every single time.
ベッド
I'm gonna try to scare them away a little bit here, or fleece them
勝負の覚悟はいいかしら
for all they're worth.
コール
Yeah, someone could easily have a flush here.
チェック
Let's take a look at Paul Allen's card. That's not a diamond.
チェック
I'll do a check-in simulator.
あれもう終わり
Fair enough.
勝っちゃったハイカード
Close but not quite.
コールコールコールチェックハイカードチェックチェックベッド
I'm only doing this because Mr. Bankroll over here already folded. Otherwise they would probably call easily here. Now I only have to scare Miku Miku away.
チェックベッド
Now not gonna go all in, that would probably be too obvious. Let's take a look at your sets. Let's stay on the positive for now. 2.1 million up, nothing wrong with that. I was so tempted to call there. I wish I could have seen their whole cards. But then again, what Mama don't know won't hurt her. So maybe it's better that I didn't.
コールワンペアチェックベッド
Yeah, that's not a particularly good pair on the flop for me.
ダ
So that's how it looks like when you get an achievement.
コール
Duly noted.
コール勝利のためにレイズコールコール
I'm not gonna play fucking pinball with 30 balls every single time. Probably just stick to 10. I did manage to strike even the last time I played with 30 balls here. Which is better than that, but... higher reward, but also higher risk on a minigame. It's not quite my tempo.
コール気をつけないとチェックベッドコールチェックベッドコールチェック今だオールインコール
Oh, nice. They chopped it up.
スモールブラインドアイカードコール
Looks like Sen isn't going anywhere.
コール
You wanna raise? No, just check.
アイカー
So I'll raise a little bit here.
ド私の本当の姿見抜けるかしらボタンねなんて華麗な
Pocket nines.
コール
With pocket pairs, I almost wish I had the twos every single time.
チェック
Makes me a little bit more confident.
私の本当の姿
Anecdotally, because it's one of my favorite hands, pocket deuces. Not in terms of odds of anything, I realize that pocket deuces are pretty much worthless. Unless you fix trips of the twos. Or everyone else has a high card.
コールコールチェックワンペアチェックチェックベッドコール
Two pairs on the board wouldn't be entirely bad.
ベッド
I filled up a huge gap here for a straight, and it's just 200k, so I'll call this. One, fix the straight on the river.
チェック
Unfortunately, the second pair is on the board. But they had a nothing burger in their hand. So, lucky me, I guess.
ハイカードコールレイズコールオールドチェックベッドコールチェックオールイン
I'm not even mad about that. Even with two pairs on the board.
コール
I probably wouldn't lay down a lot for that. Even though I would have won this hand.
ハイカードコールコールチェックハイカードチェック気をつけないとベッド勝っちゃった
One,
ビッグブラインド
give me a new one.
ハイカード
Reroll that shit.
コールコールもっともっと
I mean, sure. I already vomited the big blind. Why not? Another 75k into that bad boy.
ハイカードチェックチェックチェック
Yeah, there is a coping chance for a straight here on the river. Nah, I took too long to bet, so I'll just check here. And I'm glad I did.
ベッド私の本当の姿
Yeah, that was pretty much the play. Make him think that I fixed the straight on the river.
コールレイズボールドボタンねハイカード
Offsuit, but we can work with this. Even if someone raises a little bit, like a cheeky little raise. Talking about 100k or something. No, just a check, even better.
チェックベッド
On, make the pot a little bit more interesting, especially since it's heads up.
ツーペアチェックベッド
Better have a 10 in there. Yeah.
見抜けるかしらダメね
It's not offsuit, so it's a kiss to build a dream on. Let's take a look at the flop first. Should I? Nah.
ダメねコールコールなんだかちょっぴり恥ずかしいなコールチェックハイカード チェックチェック
Two diamonds on the board. Is nothing to lay down the family fortune on,
ワンペア
especially now. Yeah. Coming from a flushing angle, it probably still would have been worthless with a low 4 of diamonds.
ハイカードコールコール勝利のためにレイズコールコールコールハイカードチェックチェックチェックチェックワンペア
We can continue doing a checking simulator here.
オールイン
But Imada all in? Do I call them on their bullshit? It's a desperate all in, after all. I know Right Lord is thinking the same thing. But I don't have a high card. If I had like
ビッグブラインド
a jack or higher,
ハイカード
I would have called them on that.
コールコールコールコールチェックハイカード
That's a big ol' nothing burger of a flop right there.
コールベッドコールチェックベッド
It's a nice heads up pot. You can probably afford to call that, yeah.
あれもう終わり。危なかった。スモールブラインド。なんて華麗な。
Pocket nines again.
コール。
Let's do it for the 2 time.
この程度じゃ足りないわよ。みんなよろしくね。コール。コール。コール。
Everyone called that, okay. Don't feel too confident about that. I'll check here though, otherwise it's way too obvious.
チェック。
Then I'm gonna fleece everyone dry, and then...
みんな
no. I'll keep it small for now, otherwise they're all going to fold. Okay, I can only on that.
コール。
That's alright.
全部いただくわね。危なかった。ボタンね。はい、カード。コール。チェック。コール。チェック。ワンペア。
It's one of the advantages of
みんな、ベッド。
buying in with a big bankroll is that you can kind of not have to do desperate all-ins because you're never gonna run out of chips.
気をつけないと。コール。チェック、チェック。
Okay, yeah.
ベッド。
There would have been a big nothing burger.
オールイン。コール。
Oh, that's really unlucky for a crosslord.
危なかった。でも負けないよ。なんて華麗な。
You keep giving me pocket pairs today.
チェック。勝利のためにレイズ。
Didn't I have like pocket 4s, pocket 9s twice, and now pocket 10s?
コール。
Or something like that?
ワンペア。チェック。チェック。
I'm gonna raise here. I just wanna scare this guy away. Although they don't have much to lose. If they wanna stay in the game, they probably will fold here.
ハンターな姿
Yeah.
見抜けるかしら。ダメね。コールド。コール。コール。チェック。チェック。チェック。チェック。オールイン。
There's the desperate all-in. If I'm in a position of doing a desperate all-in, I probably would do that
ビッグブラインド。
on the pre-flop. Might as well, right?
コール。コール。
I gotta check here, otherwise it's too obvious
ワンペア。
that I'm cooking something. And that's another pocket pairs right there.
ベッド。コール。チェック。チェック。チェック。チェック。
Yeah, that works.
全部いただくわね。スモールブラインド。ダメね。レイズ。コール。コール。ハイカード。
Shh.
チェック。ベッド。
Nope,
気をつけないと。
that's a big ol' nope. So let me check something real quick. Check something real quick. I'll keep playing though. I just wanna. I'll keep playing though. I just wanna. I'll keep playing though. Take a look at my mix. My tempo. Take a look at my mix. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, that seems fine. Alright, what do we have here though? Alright, what do we have here though? I'll flip the script on them. Just in case. No. I'm listening to my own feedback. Okay, I'll survive. Where the hell is it coming from anyway? Okay. That's more like it. Was just checking if the mix was fine. I forgot to silence my own stream for a second there. But if you just happen to be joining in, I bought in at 3 million. I'm currently sitting kinda pretty at 6.7 milli. Fingers crossed. I don't have to lay down a family fortune for this. Gotta admit, the intrusive thoughts almost won there for a second. Yeah, I was gonna raise on the preflop. Quite unbecoming of me. That's a desperate all-in, so of course we call that. Even if they have a goated hand, it's just, there's no reason not to. And bust them out of the table. I think maybe they'll leave? Yeah. I'm gonna do this just on the off chance that I get a Knight or a Queen out of the river. Like, stranger things have happened. But beyond that, I'm out. Make him think that I have a king or something, yeah. With the lowest pair on the board, yeah. No regrets whatsoever about folding that hand. Of course, we pay the price just to see the flop. But because I didn't have to vomit a blind at the start, I'm gonna fold. And I'm glad I did. Good job.
ビッグブラインドハイカー
Alright, I'll play this one hand
ド本当の姿見抜け
and then switch tables. Unless someone else happens to join. A minimum of 4 people on the table would be more fun to play
ワンペア
than whatever is going on right now. But if it's heads up, then make the pot a little bit more interesting to play. Yeah. Again. Do it again. And then a checking simulator. Something like that.
全部いただくわねボタンねダメね
I want to switch the table though.
宴へようこそチェックベッドコールチェックチェックお手合わせありがとうございましたビッグブラインドアイカードコールチェックへっや勝利のためにレイズオールイン
We're gonna lay down the family fortune on the pre-flop. You know what? Since I'm sitting pretty,
コール
I'm gonna act a fool as well. Let's see what comes out of this shit show. Come on.
オールイン
Fix me a good flop.
今だオールイン
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not that much though. Yep. Definitely glad I folded out of there though.
ございましたうわあ油断しちゃった
I kinda like that.
アイカードコール
That they went all in with pocket deuces. My favorite hand.
レイズ
Respect to Shinobu Sensui.
コール
Even though I didn't win with the pocket deuces, I'm glad that you got it.
やフォールドコールコールチェックベッドオールインコール
Damn.
お手合わせありがとうございました
Nice big old pot.
ビッグブラインドハイカードコールチェックハイカードベッドポット楽勝ねスモールブラインドハイカード
The temptation to go all in is through the roof right now. It's so high. I'll do just how about this? Come on, call it. You can afford it. Yeah. Let's have a little bit of fun. Oh, that pretty much sucks though. At least it wasn't another heart. I'll just check because I'm happy with the 2 million pot.
全部いただくわねよろしくねみんなうわー油断ボタンねハイカードよろしくコールコールインチェック
I don't want to cash out with a big bankroll. Some people don't like playing against players that buy in with an extremely large bankroll. It's just that I tend to stream for a long time, so I like to stay in the same tables with the same players whenever that's possible, unless people start leaving. This has the makings of a desperate bet, so I'll call that. But if they... I mean, at this point, might as well see how this shit show ends. If they have any other pair, like 2 pairs, they'll absolutely demolish me. I'm curious though. Let's take a look at Paul Allen's card. There we go, 2 pairs. Sometimes the desperate all-ins just line up with good odds. Okay, a little beto is fine. Yeah, that one pair on the board fills me with no confidence. It's pretty much a nothing burger. They were cooking us straight there, too. Looks like the Emiya finally busted. They keep topping up though. I'll tell you what, I'll cash out here while I'm up in a positive and buy in with 10 milli. How about that? For a change. This is a more interesting table anyway. Apart from this player, everyone is working with a decent bankroll, and maybe the Emiya across the board also started kinda low.
コール。いっそ雨をもっと強くしましょう。コール。コール。
Yep, you better do a big old think. Okay, it's more interesting with
ハイカード。
3 players balling
チェック。
on the flop though.
チェック。チェック。チェック。
Unfortunately, my high card fucking sucks.
チェック。
But if they're all playing a checking simulator, it's probably gonna be a high card win. No, a pair with 7-2 offsuit.
方がより強固だったよ。
Even though it wasn't mine,
ダメね。
I'm glad that they got it. They had the balls to chase it all the way until the river.
レイズ。ボールとコール。
But yeah, as my stats show here, my tendency to do a pre-flop raise is, or a 3-bet is pretty much non-existent. Since I'm sitting pretty right now,
ベッド。
and I'm 3 milli ahead,
コール。
I might flip the script and do that at some point, but not yet.
どうやら
I want to keep it predictable with the same players on the same table and then flip the script.
ハイカード。コール。
Or have them call
コール。
a big bet on a pre-flop and then scare them after the flop comes out by raising again. It's usually how it goes.
出る場合じゃない。
I mean, this is kind of a kiss to build a dream on, and it wasn't a huge raise anyway. So let's take a look at this bad boy, and it kind of sucks, at least it's not entirely on suit. There is the highest amount of cope for a straight here.
よろしくワンペア。
That's not happening anymore. So if y'all wanna keep playing a checking simulator, I would, otherwise I'm out.
じゃないとコール。
Y'all can fight.
チェック。チェック。
Yeah. That was a decent choice.
ハイカード。チェック。
Yeah, with wide open spaces, so to speak, and room to make a big mistake. Starting with pocket ace. I mean, if the 2 was suited, I probably would bet like something silly. Like 3 big blinds or something like that.
ワン。
Let's take a look at the flop though.
チェック。チェック。
The flop didn't entirely break my hand, so I'm gonna try to scare them away.
ベッド。
I don't think the Emiya is that kind of player. They seem to be calling a lot so far. It's kind of a hard player to get to fold. There it is, yeah. The other one folded. If it comes down to 1 pair, I still have the highest card. I don't know. It wouldn't be that unusual for them to have 2 pairs. Let's take a look at the river though.
ベッド。
It's a little bet. It might be a bluff because they took so long to lay down that bet, meaning that they could already have like trips of 4s. I just fixed this straight on the river and I usually fold these. Let's see what you do. I'm not gonna raise, but I'll call on them. No matter what the bet is. Alright, let's take a look at Paul Allen's card. Fair enough. That's a straight. A higher straight than mine. Credit where credit is due.
コール。コール。チェック。ハイカード。チェック。
Yeah, they seem to have like low pre-flop raises as well. So it's fair to assume that they are
チェック。
not fucking around and finding out.
チェック
And when they do raise on the pre-flop,
強固だったようです
they're working with good odds.
ダメねコール
Now that these stats are public, we can actually like get a good idea about a certain player's playstyle, even though we haven't been on the table for too long with them.
チェック
I still enjoy the experience of being on the same table with the same players for a long time to realize their playstyle over several orbits instead of someone just winning a big pot and leaving.
コール
It's just that now we have an additional avenue
この程度
for checking out a player's playstyle right from the get-go, instead of staying on the same table with the same people balling for sometimes hours on end. That's happened before on stream. I've been playing with the same people for a really long time.
足りないわよ
Since it adds up, I'll follow this up, even though I don't like doing this on the pre-flop. It's a kiss to build a dream on, right?
相変
They are not suited, but
これこそ芸術ってもんよ
the thing is, I'm still in a positive. Do I want to lay down? This is not exactly like laying down the family fortune,
私の
but I don't want to bleed my lead slowly.
相変
So let's take it easy for now.
コール
Don't fold? Okay. Let's go heads up on this bad boy.
ベッ
Make the pot more interesting. You can call that.
レイズ
And I can call that as well. I'm gonna do a checking simulator.
チェック
There we go.
チェック
Alright, if it's down to a fucking high card. You think they're bullshitting? I'll do it for the one time. Just in case they're working with a high card. Nope.
どうやら
Not even a single pair, two pairs.
より強固だったよボタンね
Playing straight odds there.
ハイカードコールコールコールチェックワンペアチェックチェック
That one pair doesn't fill me with confidence with two spades on the board, so I'll do a big old check for now.
チェック
Okay, that's the first diamond, which happens to be an ace, which could be a pair higher than mine. They laid down a big bet, which could be a trap on the turn to get me on the river. See what they do. Because they have been working with good odds so far, yeah. And I respect them. I think, yeah.
そうね
I think they were working with good odds there, so I just folded out of there.
レイズ
I like that. I tend to do that a lot as well.
コール
Instead of just jamming the table with an all-in, when I have good odds, try to fleece the other guys on the table slowly by raising just a little bit,
これこそ芸術ってもんよ
especially after the turn and the river.
私の本当の姿見抜けるかしらダメね
Because if I just fix a fucking full house on the fucking flop, then I wouldn't do a raise like that. It's too obvious. It scares people into folding. Unless I'm playing people with that bought in with huge bankrolls, like Riichi over here.
ハイカー
Those are less likely to fold.
ド私の本当の姿
Yeah, give me something better. Come on.
ビッグブラインド
Well, at least they're suited.
コール
If y'all are calling, we can ball. If someone raises though,
チェック
alright.
ハイ
Nope. That's a swing enemies.
チェックチェックベッド フォールドコール
The
チェック
Kaoru here doesn't seem to be afraid of chasing down the Himiya, who has been playing strictly odd so far. No bluffing or bullshit.
ベッド
Is that a queen that I spy with my little eye?
どうやらこち
Fair
らの
enough.
方が
They did have two pairs, but
ブラインド
it's kinda hard to argue against an ace. So yeah, by this point it's pretty much obvious that the across lord over here, the Himi is playing with good odds. And when they don't,
チェック
they do an omega fold. Me,
チェック
I prefer to flip the script sometimes and act a fool. But not too much. Not too much, as you can see from my stats over here. Especially the pre-flop raise and the 3-bet.
チェック
I'm down for playing a checking simulator though.
ベッド
My high card fucking sucks. They could have two pairs. But it's just 50k. At this point it's meaningless.
どうやら
Alright.
こちらの傘の方がより強固だったよボタン
Good job. 3 of a kind with 2-7 offsuit. You'll have to see that.
コール
And also kinda pulls
コール
left lord over here out of the shadow realm with a lower bankroll.
いっそ雨をもっと強くしましょう
You have the balls to chase them? Yep. Apparently you do.
チェックベッドコール
You're gonna do that again? Okay. I think they're committed to do so until the river. It should be interesting. Gonna lay down the family fortune for that, okay?
オールイン
You have trips of kings or something?
失礼いたしました
Even though, like, Chrissy just vomited a whole bunch of chips there.
ハイカー
That was the right call.
ドコールコールコールチェックハイカード
The smallest violin plays
チェック
as my
チ
straight
ェック
won't be fixed on the turn or the river. And we just got confirmation for that.
チェックツーペアチェック
I have the second highest pair.
チェック
Let's go out on a lark.
ベッド
I think they're gonna call the Himiya. Wouldn't be unusual so far, but this player might fold. Please don't have trips of anything. Literally anything. Yeah, give it a big old think.
全部いただくわね
I respect the balls to chase my hand there.
ハイカードボール
It was a close call after all.
楽勝よ
But can't play quite all the time.
ハイ
And even though the Himiya seems to be a player that plays
コール
straight odds,
チェック
they could have gotten me good there.
ハイ
I got lucky.
チェック
It's one of the shittiest flops I've seen so far.
チェック
I almost just want to fold out of spite.
ワンペアチェックチェック
I would have done a
ツーペア
Okay, I was gonna say. Now I'm definitely just gonna check. But I would have done a big ol' raise if the Emiya had folded before, like, the flop. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that, like, at least half of these players are playing odds and not fucking around. Which is reassuring to know. Riichi is working with something good there, even though they bought in with a big bankroll. This is a decent, like, beyond being one pair, is a decent straight potential for me, so it's a kiss to build a dream on, and I'm glad to be a part of a relatively big pot, yeah. The fact that they raised all the way up to 1 milli though, they could already have a straight in their hand. Let's see what they do here. I'm gonna check again. Doing a little bit of BMing there. That's fine, we can chop it up. I managed to play a straight until all the way until the river, so I'm glad for that. Usually that kind of scares me. Let's fucking ball then. Let's fuck around and find out. Give me 2 pairs on the flop. You wanna go all in on that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm still sitting in the positive. Fuck it, do it for the one time. Let's go. Pump my odds up. Oh, that's no. Ooh, 1 pair. Let's go 61%. Let's fucking go. And save that one for later. Now I'm not only sitting pretty, but I pretty much quintupled my initial buy-in. Which is reassuring. Yeah, that's the other thing about like playing against players like Riichi that buy in with a huge amount of chips is that sometimes the intrusive thoughts in those kinds of players will win and they'll just do all-ins out of nowhere and vomit chips everywhere. See, they just lost like 20 milli. Yeah. They just lost 20 million chips in 2 hands, back to back. It's one of the dangers of having the confidence of buying with maximum buy-in. Could end up backfiring on you. Let's make this pot a little bit more interesting with a high straight potential though. You can call that. At least call it. Since they're gonna fold. Yep, we're going heads up. There we fucking go. I'll do a cheeky little bet because I want them to call it. I want to go all in and then have them fold or something like that. Just fleece them a little bit more. Okay, they want to raise. You better have a king or a queen in that hand. Ah, oh, full house. Credit where credit is due. Well played. No fooling around, just saw the full house and did a full send. The whole cards were cooking for a second. Now I have one of the shittiest pairs on the board, but I'll call just because it's a nothing burger at this point. Again, just because I won a gigantic pot so far. Okay, we can chop it up. We had exactly the same hand. Just because I won gigantic pot so far, I don't want to fall into a trap where I'm starting to call anything on the off chance that I keep increasing my winnings. Especially since I'm gonna be streaming for a while. I wanna check out with big earnings, as it were. Yeah, this is a big old nothing burger. It's a big old nothing burger. You're welcome. 3 folds straight out the bat. We call that. I just want to be a part of this spot. Let's take a look at the flop. It's a big old nothing burger, not even a single pair. So checking simulator. I'm surprised that they didn't try to raise a little bit more there. But then again, I would have folded, so... Can do a cheeky little call for that. As long as no one acts a fool on a pre-flop. There we go. There's always that one guy. I'm staying true to my pre-flop raising stat here. On a lark, I will flip the script, but that only happens once in a blue moon. This is kind of a kiss to build a dream on, even though it's not suited. I'm still not gonna raise on the pre-flop. Okay, didn't fix 2 pairs on a flop. At least I do have the highest pair there, and it's not entirely offsuit the board. There's 2 hearts there, but no more flushing potential. I think we can make this a little bit more interesting, or at least scare right lord over here into folding. If they are so inclined to do so. Okay, interesting decision there. That kinda sucks. That ended up working out, but the ace is a little bit scary. That's on a full out of spite. Yeah, I'm not even coping for a straight.
どうやらこちらの傘の方がより強固だったよ。ボタンね。ハイカード。コール。コール。コール。コール。
Pretty goated pool, not gonna lie. Let's take a good look at that. Highest pair on the board. 2 suited clubs. I'll raise a little bit here. Actually, I'll raise a lot. No, just a little bit. Someone will fold, and hopefully 2 people can call it. You wanna call? Nah, it was too sussy. Oh, quads of queens. Come on, Crimson. Do it for the one time. Nah. Yeah, there was a hell of a landmine there. I'm gonna zone out real quick. Out of this table soon. Actually, I'll fold here. Just to share that pot that I won. Where did I get it anyway? Wait, 13th of April? It was this one, I think. Yeah. Alright. Play it back. Yeah, something like that. That being said, though, we're not anywhere close to stopping. And the goated Himiya player wanted to add me as a friend, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Ah, they see. I see they put the achieved stuff up top, including the stuff that can give you resources. The achievements. That's nice. I like where the UI is going. This time I'm gonna buy it at 5 milli though. Take a look at these guys' bankrolls though. Yeah, we're all more or less bowling on the same level, except for the lolly there, which has a huge bankroll, so can jam the table at their own leisure. Not the highest pair on the board, but I'll follow that up with a call though. Make the pot a little bit more interesting, since it's heads up. Even though we're probably both working with nothing burgers. As one of the worst boards I've ever seen. Again, I almost wanna fold just out of spite. I'll do a checking simulator though. If it's a small call though, someone bets now, I'll follow that up. Even with the lowest pair on the board. Only because we haven't seen the river yet. Yeah, kinda like that. You could easily have two pairs, but... I'm gonna check that. A beto. Yeah, I'm out.
チェックベッド楽勝ハイカードコールコールコール
もっともっと
I mean, I already vomited 50k. At this point, it doesn't mean much.
コール
Yeah, we can all follow that up.
ワンペア
Even with Mr. Bankroll over there.
ベッド
I could probably scare Poker P into folding. I wasn't too sure about the player playing with 20 million chips though. Fortunately, that ended up working out.
コール
チェック
チェック
Yep,
ベッド
I don't want no part of this. I would have liked to see it go all the way to the river. But just as a spectator.
なんだか
コール
レイズ
コール気をつけないとチェック
ベッドやめるの
スモールブラインドハイカード
コール
チェックコール
Yeah, playing against a player with a huge
ハイ
buy-in like this is usually a little bit unnerving for me. The smallest violin will play here as I fail to fix a straight.
チェックチェック
But if you check, then I'll check.
チェックチェック
Yeah,
思ったより簡単
fair enough.
ボタンねダメねコールレイズ
Nope.
ゴールド
Can just take that all the way to the bank. 100k.
ハイカードコール
Yeah. This I will chase a bet. No one bet.
ハイカード
Yeah, no one betted on that.
チェック
Fortunately, because the flop is kinda ass. A little bet could be a little trap just to fleece a little bit more chips out of us. Let's take a look at the turn though,
チェック
which sucks ass even more so than the flop.
チェック
My high card is not particularly,
チェック
yeah, good anyway.
もう終わり勝っちゃった
ハイカー
But no harm, no foul. It was a small pot
ドコール
after all.
もっともっと
コール
Alright, let's wall.
ハイカー
With an ace in my pocket,
ドベッド
they're probably gonna call. They can definitely afford it. There we go.
チェック
A Hail Mary shot for a flush?
コール
Nope. It was a swing and a miss. Fine with that though. I'll fold out of here. Yeah. Do I have the balls to chase them on a high card?
やめるの
It is the highest card after all, but
なんて華麗な
don't wanna get lost in the sauce.
ゴール勝利のためにレイズゴール
More pocket pairs. This time it's with the 8s.
ビッグブラインドハイカードこの場には勝利のためにレイズゴール
At least give me pocket deuces, because that's my favorite hand. Damn, this player to the right of me does not hesitate for a second. They do have a pretty high pre-flop raise and 3-bet, huh?
チェックチェックベッドあなたの本心はとっくに雨に濡れてしまいましたボタンねハイカードコールコールコールコール
Yeah, let me be part of this pot.
ハイカードチェックチェック
I paid the fee to check out the flop, and now I'm Audi 5000.
気をつけないと
Let me... Where is it? Yeah, something like that. Some more wiggle room to work with.
ハイカードコールコールコールチェックワンペアチェック
Close but not quite, huh? 2 jacks. 2 big old hooks on the flop. And as usual, the smallest chance of a straight out of the turn and the river. Nope.
チェック
That's another swing and a miss.
チェックチェック
Oh, they got the go to the ace.
ハイカードコールコールチェックハイカード
Oh, say less.
チェックこれこそゲー
I'm probably gonna scare them into folding, especially since the bankroll player was already out of the game. But just in case someone else was willing to lay down the family fortune to find out.
コールコールツーペア
Couldn't have asked for a better flop, really. I'll check here so as to not make it too obvious.
チェック
Hopefully they think I fixed the 2 pairs with that 3. So I'm gonna raise a little bit.
ベッド
You wanna call that? There's still this player on the table with the Kaoru though.
コール
Okay, they called, that's nice.
チェック
I'll be happy with this pot
全部いただ
though.
くわね
Yeah.
ビッグブラインドハイカードコールレイズコールフォールドコール
There you go. Have my big blind donation. Make good use of it, but don't spend it all in one place.
ベッド 楽勝ね。スモールブラインド。ダメね。レイズ。
Nah, it's a small blind. If I had the big blind, sure, I would have called it.
ベッド。コール。チェック。ベッド。コール。チェック。チェック。当然の結果よ。ボタンね。ハイカード。レイズ。コール。コール。コール。チェック。チェック。
I don't even want to look at that board.
この雨が。
I don't want to know if I would have gotten the straight or anything. At this point I almost wish that the straights didn't even exist. But it doesn't matter because they just fixed the fatty full house right there on the turn.
失礼いたしました。ハイカード。
Fish food is on a roll there.
コール。コール。ハイカード。チェック。ベッド。気をつけないと。
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be a straight. You already know.
ハイカード。コール。コール。チェック。チェック。ベッド。エイズ。コール。ベッド。コール。ベッド。
Not even mad about that. That would have been the lowest straight flush, I mean, ever. With the fucking 6. It could be anyone's flush at this point.
楽勝ね。ビッグブラインド。ハイカード。コール。チェック。ワンペア。チェック。ベッド。コール。
I'll do it. On a lark. For the 5 and a 10. Nah, I'm just walking into a straight. If they bet, I'm out.
楽勝ね。スモールブラインド。ハイカード。チェック。コール。
Am I 62 yet? Apparently not.
ワンペア。
I have a pair? Oh, yeah, I do have an 8. Let's make the pot a bit more interesting then.
コール。チェック。チェック。2ペア。チェック。
It's a long shot, but here we go. Ah, with the
当然の結果。
pocket queens, let's go.
ボタンね。ハイカード。この場には新しい雨が。コール。
Well done.
コール。チェック。ベッド。楽勝ね。 ハイカードコール
Speaking of producer Ham, I gotta check what level that guy is at this point, having played for so long.
コールワンペアベッドコール
Right? Yeah, follow that up. I'm walking into a straight.
チェック2ペア
Oh, I don't want to shy away from it.
チェック全部いただくわね
I'll take the 1 melee.
ダメねあなたの本心はとっくに雨に濡れてしまいましたハイカードコールコールコールチェックワンペア
That's a big old swing enemies.
ベッド
Nah,
楽勝
not against Left Lord.
ビッグブラインド
It's a little bit unpredictable.
エイズ
They seem halfway into bluffing and playing the
ハイ
odds,
カー
so I don't want to mess around with that.
ドチェックベッド
I'll try to bluff this guy into folding. There we go.
見抜けるかしらスモールブラインドハイカードコールレイズ気をつけないとコール
Oh, that one I wish I would have stayed for. But then again, with 2 hearts on the flop,
やめるの
I almost don't want to see the turn. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
ハイカードレイズ
Hindsight is always 2020, but
コール
you know.
ハイカードベッドやめるのハイカードコールチェックハイカード
Oh. No, it would be too obvious. I have to take it slow, otherwise they'll fold.
私の本当の姿
And even then, like, laying down a small bet there was kind of sussy with the flush.
ハイカードコール片時も
We can... It's kind of a kiss to build a dream on, though. Nothing else, it's 2 ends of a straight. And I do have an ace.
チェック
2 hearts. I don't want to bluff. I just want to play pure odds in this hand.
チェックチェックチェック
Yeah.
チェック
Close, but no cigar.
チェック勝負は決まったわハイカードあなたの本心はとっくに雨に濡れてしまいましたビッグブラインドハイカード
Alright, well... How about I flip the script right now? You can call that. Come on, let's fall. Ah, that's a big old fold.
スモールブラインドなんて華麗なコールコール
I'm not gonna raise, obviously. That's too obvious, but I'll call that.
コールワンペア
Okay, they are not entirely suited.
ベッド
Let's go big or go home. Here.
私の本当の姿見抜けるかしら。ボタンね。ハイカード楽勝よ。ハイカードレイズコール
I trust in my king.
ハイカード
The lowest flash of all time. I think that's Chrissy's hand.
チェックチェック
If you want to play a checking simulator just to suss me out. Yeah.
チェック
Trying to see if I have a nothing burger or not.
チェックチェック
Yeah.
どうやらこちらの傘の方がより強固だったようですね。ハイカードコールコールチェックハイカード
Psh.
チェック
Here's to another missed straight. But we can make the pot a little bit more interesting.
コールチェックチェックチェックチェックあれもう
Fair enough.
勝っちゃったハイカード
Yeah, that's not bad either. I can barely yak too much about my whole
チェ
cards.
ックハイカードチェック
We can go heads up with this. How about that?
ベッド
Come on.
私の本当の姿見抜けるかしら。ビッグブラインドハイカードコールこの程度じゃ足りないわよ。コール
Yes, a little call. You can afford that.
ハイカードベッドコールベッド
I'm trying to do a big old fold, but I don't think Poker P is in the mood to fold right now. I think they're gonna follow it up.
私の本当
No, they folded. Actually worked.
スモールブラインド
Got away with murder there.
カードコールコールチェックハイカード気をつけないとチェックチェックチェックチェックチェックチェック勝負は決まったわ
I actually would have won that.
ボタンね
Wouldn't lay down the family fortune for that one though.
コールコールチェックハイカードチェックチェックベッド私の本当の姿熱い勝負の覚悟はいいかしらなんて華麗なコールコールチェックスリーカード
Okay, well, this one is free. But I'm not gonna raise here. I hope someone else does.
フルハウスチェックチェック
I'm gonna run out the timer a little bit, just so it seems like it's a little bit more sussy.
ベッド
Then lay down a battle.
私の本当の姿見抜けるかしらハイカードコールコール チェック。ハイカード。チェック。チェック。チェック。ワンペア。チェック。ベッド。
Make the plot a little bit more interesting though. Even though I have a nothing burger here. Ooh, they flipped the script on me. Good job there.
ハイカード。コール。レイズ。コール。ベッド。楽勝ね。ビッグブラインド。ダメね。レイズ。楽勝。スモールブラインド。
Yeah, that definitely wasn't worth like laying down the family fortune for.
みんなと対戦できて。
Even if they were acting a fool. Wasn't about to try my luck. This is a kiss to build a dream on though. I'll say that much. But I want to make it seem too sussy, so I'll run out the timer a little bit and then check. Make them bet so I can call. I could have waited a little bit before calling that. Now check again. They seem very confident though, but their bankroll is pretty low. I'm not sure if they're playing pure odds or if they actually have two pairs. I'll pay the fee to find out. That was close. An ace against a 10.
ハイカード。レイズ。
Sure.
ワンペア。ベッド。あなたの本心は
I just wanted to see the flop.
雨に
That's
濡れ
it.
てしまいました。ハイカード。フォールド。なんだかちょっぴり恥ずかしいな。コール。
Oh, a big baller just joined in
チェック。
with 10 million chips buy-in. It's gonna be interesting because now it's not only
チェ
just
ック。
Chrissy and Alka,
チェック。
pretty much the entire table filled with maximum buy-ins,
ベッド。
meaning that we won't be seeing too many desperate all-ins.
チェック。
Everyone can afford following up a desperate all-in with a call of their own.
楽勝ね。ハイカード。
I'm not gonna top up my chips though. I very rarely do that because I'd rather see the progression in my chip count. Unless everyone in the table leaves,
ハイカード。
and then I check my earnings out and then zone into a new table. Beyond that, I like to ball with the same players for as long as possible. Everyone is folding here. You can lay down a small call for this, especially being in a positive. The ace is a kiss to build a dream on. Beyond that, this is a nothing burger. So I'm gonna fold out of here. I just wanted to see the turn.
ビッグブラインド。なんて華麗な。
Not suited, but another kiss to build a dream on. We have two big bankrollers here.
強くしましょう。
So fortunately they can raise on the pre-flop, and I don't have to do that myself. Let's take a good look at that flop. Again, the queen is probably never coming home, as it never does. But I'll continue coping for a straight.
ワンペア
Alka doesn't strike me as the type of player to act a fool, so if they're laying down a big bet, it's probably they're working with something good, so instead of vomiting all my chips on this hand,
精神は
I'm gonna do the responsible thing and just donate a million to them.
ハイカード
I mean, it wasn't my million, it was everyone's collective million, but still. We can go heads up with this, make the pot a little bit interesting.
チェック
Let me play more against this guy, Font.
ベッド
A cheeky little bluff to begin with, you can afford that. Okay.
スリーカード
Trips on the board, okay. My high card sucks, otherwise I would be... At least one of the highest cards is out of the way. I need a 3 here. It's a small call anyway. But I just don't want to be fleeced slowly, so keep your head in the game. And take it one orbit at a time.
コールコール
The smallest violin plays, as I am not even going to fix a low straight here with the 6-7, but I did want to see that flop, just in case there were 2 pairs on the flop. I mean, we can all play a checking simulator though.
ベッ
And now I fold.
ド楽勝ねハイカード
Chrissy is doing a big old think, perhaps thinking of folding or raising.
コール
We can work with this, Jack.
チェック
Let's take a look at the flop.
ワンペアチェック
I could try to bluff this person out of this hand, but a crosslord over here. Oh, they checked, huh?
ベッド
They have a small bankroll, so they're more likely to do desperate calls.
私の本当の姿
They folded though.
見抜けるかし
I
ら
respect that. I do respect that.
ハイカードコールコール
Not getting desperate despite having only 1.7 milli. Probably, yeah. Waiting for good odds on the pre-flop. And then raising. My own odds aren't like down horrendous though. I'll say that much.
コール
And I already called. So we can go heads up.
ハイカードベッド
And then fold. Out of here.
ビッグブラインドはいこの場には新しいコール片時も私から目をそらさないでくださいね
I think both Chrissy and Alka tried switching to other tables, but the other tables must be kinda dead at this time of the day, so we're playing against each other again.
チェックハイカードチェックチェックベッドコールコール
Nah.
チェック
I'm walking into, like... I'm not even gonna say 2 pairs, it's just
チェック
someone else's one pair. I can't believe I just fixed the fucking straight on the river. It's been a while since I've seen that. Holy. But it's gonna scare them into folding. No, they called. Okay. Looks like I got the high straight there. And we switch tables. Top me up with like a million or something. Yeah, check that. Just because we switched tables. Well, it certainly is a pair. Yeah, they're probably just checking me out on the flop and scaring them into folding successfully. It's kind of a kiss to build a dream on, I would say, especially since everyone else folded. I do have a queen. If nothing else, it can kind of fix my way into a straight. Unfortunately, the flop kind of sucks, but I'm still glad that I paid to see it. If you want to do a checking simulator until the end, we can do that. They almost looked suited for a second there. I'll still call just because I already vomited a small blind, but... With the lowest pair on the board, it does have 3 spades. There's a king to build a dream on. I'll say that much. Unfortunately, because I ran out the timer. Also, thanks a whole bunch, Beast, for following me. As you can see, the board is kind of working against me with so many spades. For a second there, even though I had the lowest pair on the board, I was kind of hoping for this is a small call. They could have a nothing burger in their hand. It almost makes me want to think, though, it's just because they bought in with only 1 million chips. Or actually, I don't know, because I switched tables. I haven't been playing with this player for a long time. That they don't want to bust out of the table. Some of the players... Hello there, Tel. Hello, hello. Welcome to more Poker Fate. I am back, indeed. But yeah, back to the point I was trying to make. Like with the players with small bankrolls, sometimes they'll be tempted to just go all in and make their way back into the table by winning a big, just by merely being part of a big pot. Others don't want to bust out of the table and keep their cool And by keeping their cool, they can continue doing orbits over and over and over, figuring out other players' playstyles and making their growing their bankroll over time. Hey Azure, it's Shiba, Beast on Twitch, the goat. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna do a cheeky little battle here because I don't want to scare anyone, and I did fill in the gap with the 4 on this straight, which is slightly reassuring. It doesn't mean that someone else could have a higher straight than me. Yeah, we can chop it up. When you can fill in a straight with the card that's missing in the middle, that's something that I would lay down the family fortune for. If the straight on the board is completely a sequence, it could be a toss-up, like someone else could have the higher straight and you could have the lower straight. In that case, I would fold. I would be too scared to chase down that hand. House purple table, can't complain. I've been up 10 million so far. Fingers crossed, of course, because the stream isn't over yet and I'm still playing, but imagine if I flip the script and lay down the family fortune and lose everything in the hand. That could happen, but now that I'm sitting in a positive with so many chips, and I've switched tables a couple of times at this point. 10 million? Okay, I see you, bro. Yeah, I'm down to ball. Matter of fact, I'm even gonna call this, even though I didn't have to vomit a blind in this orbit. But this is what I call just paying the fee to take a look at the flop. If I get a shitty flop like this, I just fold out of spite. Usually I don't even check. I'm out of here. Y'all can fight. There we go. Nice straight for Mr. Bankroll over there. Oh yeah, speaking of bankrolls, I was trying to get to this point earlier and I kind of forgot about it. I don't trust these straights, man. This isn't even suited. The reason why I don't buy at 10 milli in the purple tables is because I like to see my progression over time. Once I get to a certain point where people start leaving because one person has an enormous bankroll and the others are too far behind, then I'll switch tables and buy in lower, so people are less likely to leave because of that reason. As far as switching up, I'll pull up my stats here. As far as switching up my pre-flop raise goes, sometimes I'll switch it up like Nintendo, Sabrina Carpenter style. But it's a once-in-a-blue moon situation. I have to get a good feel that the other person isn't just acting a fool, trying to jam the table. And in that case I would do an all-in. This, coming from Miku Miku, because I've been playing with them for a while, I think this is kind of a desperate all-in. Yeah, it was a desperate all-in just to try to get back into the game. They busted and they're probably gonna top up right about now. No, they just left. They called it a day. Understandable. You gotta pump the brakes at some point with the top ups and everything. I'm not gonna raise with this, like, even if I had 2 pairs on the flop with the 2 and the 4. And I'm glad I got the hell out of here. I was just gonna walk into a flush or a straight at this point, or 2 high pairs. Don't even, like, when that kind of shit happens and the cards start glowing on the board, like, I turn my face away and pretend that it doesn't exist. Because that kind of shit with full house, it's not as common, but I've folded so many fucking high straights because I was afraid of checking out the river that at that point I just don't even want to look at the screen anymore. I turn my face away and pretend that like that hand doesn't even exist. Because hindsight is 2020. So I don't want to get trapped on some anecdotal bullshit and we can make the pot a little bit more interesting. Everyone here can afford it, except maybe that person. Okay, I'm surprised that the lolly with the big bankroll didn't call me on that. They can afford it. Now's a good time though to keep an eye out for... This is why I want to be part of this spot, even with shithole cards. Because both Sam Slays and Left Lord over here have a low amount of chips. So yeah, they're likely to do desperate raises and desperate bets. So this is what as I was saying, the point I was trying to make earlier. It's just a fee that I'm willing to pay to take a look at the flop. Because they could be working with nothing burgers and going for the long shots. As it turns out, the flop is completely shit and I can't work with this. So I'm gonna fold out of here. I do not want to get fleeced. The lolly up there is No Oath outfit. Looks like a summer outfit. Yeah, I've seen it before. Oath Kana on the left, yeah. I've seen a whole bunch of Kana outfits and players. They still seem to be around in great numbers. Let's go heads up. Little cheeky heads up with Mr. Bankroll over there. Yeah, call that. This fucking flush doesn't fill me with confidence with the fucking 10. But I'll do it. Just 2 ball. Yeah, they do have the balls to chase that all the way into the turn. That is not a diamond. One of the pairs is on the board, but it's also a really low pair. I'll just check this. You wanna play a checking simulator? The one on the top right? Well, there you go. There's your full preview of that outfit. Ah, shit. Oh no. I'll do it. On the off chance that they're bullshitting. Oh, okay. Hey, credit where credit is due. Working with pure odds there. No bullshit, just a full house. I'm happy that they got that one. But yeah, beyond the 5, like, I had the highest pair on that board, so that felt kinda good for a second. Two pairs with queens on the board. Queens ain't loyal, man. I know this is purely anecdotal, but I can never rely on them, so I'll just check this. Y'all wanna play a checking simulator? Sure. I do not trust a pair of queens on the board. You know what they say? Once bitten, twice shy. I've had to rely on queens and they never deliver. One pair? Okay. One pair with possibility of 2 pairs even. I'm gonna bluff a little bit here because the bankroll guy is folding. Yeah, that is a desperate all-in. I'll follow that up. Why not? Already laid down a bet.
2ペアチェック
But against this guy with a higher chip count, I'm just gonna check against him. Oh, that is so unfortunate. They could, if that was me, they could total. No, I actually have a ace in my hand. Never mind. But if that was me, if I was on the receiving end of that, I would have totally bluffed if I had received an ace on the river, even if I didn't have an ace in my hand.
もっともっと
It's a decent way to scare people. After fleecing them the entire game, scaring people by having an ace on the river. Even if you're working with a nothing burger, you can kind of just pump up the raise button and get the pot going.
ボールもっともっと
They shove the flush draw.
ゴール
Alright, I'm glad I'm out of here. Gives me a moment to take a sip as well.
なんて華麗なゴール
Shh. We never raise on the preflop.
ゴール
Ever.
チェックハイカードチェックベッド
Once again, the smallest violin will play as I fail to fix the highest straight in the game, but I'll call for now. It doesn't have to be a straight. How about a pair of these bad boys?
チェック
If nothing else, if the lolly is bullshitting, at least I have the highest card. Oh, yeah, I could be walking into their straight. They could bluff me out of this hand. I will fold
必要なように
if they lay down a bet, because I don't want to walk into their straight.
チェック
No, just a checking simulator?
チェック
Ah, okay.
もう終わり勝っちゃったビッグブラ
That was a good chance for the lolly to bluff me out of the
ダ
game.
メね
But yeah. Nothing I could do against that, even though it was only one pair.
ゴール
Ace King is always a... No.
つけないと
I'll donate my big blind, y'all can have it. Ace King is always a kiss to build a dream on,
この雨が私の傘を濡らしてくれます
but it doesn't matter. If the board doesn't work with you.
あ
Easy trips of hooks there for the lolly.
れスモールブラインドハイカー
Busting them out of the table immediately.
ドコールチェックハイカードチェック
Yo, thanks a whole bunch for checking intel. As you would do before I went on my Mahjong bender. And Beast as well for checking out the stream. It's not that I like got bored of Poker Fate or anything, even though I have been playing pretty much since day one. Hold on. Yeah, this is a big nothing burger.
楽勝ね
I don't want to be fleeced with a small bet. It's not that I got bored or anything, it's just kind of IRL got in the way. And I play a whole bunch of Mahjong clients. So even though I'm pretty invested in this poker client specifically, Poker Fate,
チェック
okay, I have a whole bunch of characters, as you can see.
チェックチェックチェック
And got the official streamer certification, which is always fun to play with for the aesthetics and everything. Yeah, sometimes
もう終わり
IRL just gets in the way.
ハイカードゴール
I'll be more comfy with these whole cards if this was an ace instead of a king.
ゴールゴール
Let's pay the fee.
程度じゃ足りないわよ。ゴール
I'll do it. I want to pay the fee to see the flop.
ワンペ
Yeah, absolutely, Beast.
アベッド
Go right ahead. Huh. Their unwillingness to... Ah, they had a high card there. Even so, I probably would have been... If it came down to a high card all the way until the river, I probably still would have lost. So I don't regret that. But looking at their stats...
ビッグブラインドハイカード
They were kind of bluffing there, acting a fool. I think we can kind of rely on the fact that they're gonna be playing odds rather than bluffing all the time. And of course, I never do a big raise like this.
フォールド
There is one exception actually.
チェック
You have 50 to 51 million now. Nice. Nice bankroll.
スモールブラインドなんて華麗な
Yeah, I feel like I've, especially in terms of my level, for being away from the game for a while, I've kind of fallen behind. At some point I was up there on the leaderboards all the time. Nowadays, yeah. No, I don't want to be too sussy, so I'll lay down a small bet. You can afford that, so you're gonna call. Still have the highest pair on the board. The flushing chance is gone with that turn. I'm gonna do this anyway.
ベッド
I'm half committed to this hand because they could have two pairs.
ツーペ
Oh, and if they have jacks, they're gonna own me here. They're gonna bet. Yep, absolutely. Just imagine I pop 50 million and get...
アボタンね
Oh, 10 times on blue. Is blue your favorite color? I've heard stories of that happening with reds. Where a guy just bet everything on red and pretty much just fixed their bankroll for the rest of the game. Like sitting on 500 million chips just from color game. Blue is extremely lucky for you? Well, I might fuck around and find out later. With your suggestion. But if I lose, it's your fault. If I lose, I will invoice you on PayPal. I will track down your PayPal and we'll take care of that.
チェック
But nah, you know what? I also, after this hand,
もう終わ
I'll show you what I'm talking about.
り
Something about the pinball game.
ハイカー
I've noticed since I came back.
ドレイズ
Oh, that's a big raise. Nah.
私の
It's
本
a-
当の姿
If they were on suit, I would have followed that up. I've noticed that now you can dump 30 balls into pinball at the same time. The cap used to be 10 balls. Now you can go all the way up to 30, which is kind of funny.
チェックワンペアチェック
Tell legit 10 times on color game? Holy shit, we should all be so lucky. You son of a gun.
チェック
Hey, if you zone into my table,
チェック
share the wealth, is all I'm saying.
チェック
Yeah, I was talking about that. Like, we have achievements, and the achievements menu looks exactly like the shit they have going on in Mahjong Soul, where if you fulfill all the achievements, he gives you a special title. That is pretty cool. They're taking good cues from all of the other gambling adjacent, you know, anime games and stuff like that.
ハイカードチェック
I'm gonna bluff on this shit.
ベッ
Watch this. I'm gonna fold.
私の本当の姿
Yep. That's one way to get them.
ブラインドなんて華麗な
Yeah, I do have all the rewards from Sword Art Online already. With that old mini game they have going on.
3カード
Well, this is the easiest hand of all time, but I can't raise on this. I'm gonna run out the timer to make it seem like I have like only one pair. Like, I'm so undecided, I guess I'm just gonna check.
ベッド
There we go. And then I call that. On the turn, I won't run out the timer. I'll beto immediately to make it seem like I fixed something out of this 10, perhaps a straight.
4カード
And then here, I'm gonna go for the long shot. We're already at the river. So... But I don't want to make them fold. I want to increase the odds of them calling me. So I'll do 1.5 million.
チェック
And I took too long.
全部いただく
But I wanted them to call my 1.5 million. I took too long to click the fucking button.
アイカード
This
コール
is one, yeah.
チェック
It's one of the downsides of yapping and playing at the same time. Oh, look at that. Here's another straight that's not gonna happen because the jack is never gonna come out. But still, lay down 100k for this bad boy.
本当の姿
Okay, well, they didn't even wanna fuck around with that.
アイカー
What was that? Was that quads of queens or something? Because if so, that would have been the first time I would have gotten quads of queens in this client.
ドチェック
Because I can usually never rely on them.
ワンペアチェック
Okay, well,
チェック
this is flirting with disaster. If everyone wants to do a checking simulator, I'll stay in the game.
ベッド
Nah, this Beto is just trying to fleece me slowly.
楽勝ねアイカードコール
That's something I would have done. Be like, oh god, I gotta run out the timer because I'm so undecided, but actually I'm cooking with quads or something.
ためらっている場合じゃない
Really? Again on the preflop? If it was heads up, I would have called it.
ベッド
Damn, that could have been a good flush as well. But since top right lord over there called it, I didn't want to push my luck. And I'm glad I didn't. Because I would have had a nothing burger with a 5. Yeah.
全部いただくわね
Decent pot. Could have been a little bit better if, like, the rest of the players didn't fold. There's an absolutely wild achievement for getting 11x balls in a single bet? Holy.
もっともっとコール
I said to myself that I would pump the brake on the minigames. Because that's one way to vomit all the bankroll that you've built playing the actual game of poker.
ベッド コール
So I'm not sure if I'll ever go for that achievement.
あれもう終わり勝っちゃったアイカー
The challenges in weekly missions, I don't think I have. I was checking out a whole bunch of the interface, but not that particular part. They added another tab in to the missions, huh?
ドコール
Yeah, I'll have to check that out later. Can you get them passively for just playing tables for hours? Ah, nice! More roulette crystals.
アイカードコール
Oh, speaking of that, Tel, because you weren't around, and also you, Beast, I suppose. There's that new banner with Himiya, and I was like,
チェック
as I said, I've been playing this game since December, pretty much since it came out, And even though I main either Sapphire or the train conductor character, Irina, I almost forgot her name. The character that I wanted the most from the start was Emiya. I managed to pull almost every single character except for Emiya. So there's that one banner, right? I'm gonna try to bluff them out of this. No, I'm not. Don't fuck around. There's that one banner with Emiya. Yeah, the 20% rate up, which is kind of bad, but better than nothing. Here's the thing though, I don't think that's bad, and I used a whole bunch of my free pulls that I had been saving up for Emiya. The problem is, I didn't realize that the banner does not only include Emiya, but it includes almost every single fucking character added in the game. So I actually got the animation for pulling a character, and I was like celebrating preemptively, like holy shit, this is the animation for pulling a character. I finally, after all these months, managed to fucking pull Emiya. No, it was a repeat, and it was Shion, which I already fully bonded with. Because honestly, I was like, even with the 20% rate up, like, honestly, I'm fine with. The problem is that the banner includes every single fucking character, not just Emiya. If it was just a chance of getting Emiya decorations or bonding materials, which is what I assumed it would be, then I would put all of my summoning tickets into it. That wasn't the case. I ended up pulling a character indeed. But it was not the 20% rate up on Emiya, it was fucking Shion. Which I already have. Someday, I know, I've been saying this jokingly, maybe it was not meant to be, maybe I'm meant to be playing Sapphire the entire time I play Poker Fate. But I would like to make Emiya my main character at some point. Yeah, you do make a point, Tel. I guess the hamster upstairs wasn't quite working at the time. I decided to do the pulls, but oh well. Tel, sometimes, especially when I was more active in this client, I would get streamer like care packages with pools and stuff. Nowadays, and understandably, because I've been playing more Mahjong than poker lately, I haven't had those care packages in a while, as I jokingly call them. But yeah. That's also one of the reasons why, even if I got titles out of the achievements, I probably wouldn't change my title, because I'm pointing at my top streamer title right here. And that's... I mean, you would have to pry this title out of my cold dead hands, because I like using the streamer aesthetics. Isn't Emiya oat outfit the Queen of Poker? I know, right? It's such a goated illustration. I love that art so much. If there was, like, for example, a wallpaper engine version of it, I would definitely use it on my PC. Yeah, I wanna... Well, I wanna have Emiya to start with, and then get a bond with her. The new one... Did you guys see the new one yet? Like people playing with the new Emiya skin, where she's sitting on a baccarat table. That is so... That is so amusing to me. It's so on the nose, like... I hate using this term because it's overused nowadays, but it's kind of gunner bait a little bit. I like the little nod to the baccarat table though. It's kind of fun. The rest is a little bit... you know... Especially since I'm streaming. I kind of don't wanna
気をつけないと
have that outfit
チェック
as my main.
ベッド
Yeah, it's exactly as you say, Beast. Like, that's the right term for it.
もう終わり勝っちゃったスモールブラインドハイカードレイズ
Karo made all the bunny girl outfits herself, tricking me into making a bet that forced her to wear it. Oh shit. I guess Simia was on the shitty end of that stick. I lost that bet. I'm gonna flip the script on them with a big old bet. Hopefully scare someone into folding, because I've been playing odds exclusively so far.
チェック
It looks like Mr. Bankroll has enough of a leeway to play that they don't want to fold easily, and
やめるの
I'm not gonna lay down the family fortune for this.
ハイカードコールコールコールチェックハイカード
Oath no literal got insane pots ever since I stepped in on the stream. It's always the fucking lollies, isn't it? I one time, I don't know if this is still clipped on my channel or not. I lost like a 20 million pot and I had 88% odds on the turn and they rivered an ace for 2 pairs and they needed that fucking ace. I was, oh my god, I lost my goddamn mind on that day.
ベッド
That would have made things so much easier than just fighting for crumbs. You think they have bluffing with a high card? No, they actually had a pair. Fair enough.
ダメね
Yeah, they're on a roll, indeed.
気をつけないとほった
I know, yeah, I've noticed that tell, cause I was playing a table off stream with another streamer. Yeah, we were shooting the shit for a little bit. I did see the streamer flare, but this is like the there are 2 streamer flares or whatever you want to call it.
やめるの
And I asked the Poker Fate team if they would be so kind as to provide me with this one
ハイ
title, which I have never seen anyone else use so far.
レイズ
So I'm very glad that I was given that opportunity by the Poker Fate team. It was very kind of them,
ハイカー
especially since I'm, as I've said, I tend to go on a Mahjong bender on this channel. Yeah, they're just... You know what? I have some leeway to play with this hand. I'm gonna call them on their bullshit. Come on, fix me a queen. Real quick.
ドチェックチェック
Oh no, I'm just walking into a flush.
チェックチェック
One pair, let's go.
あれもう終わり
Let's donate
ちゃったビッグブラインド
my family fortune to the lolly.
ワンペア
Oh yeah, I should update my guide for the new stuff sometime.
レイズ
Gotta check out your stuff then as well.
コールワンペアチェックベッド
I'm not going below 3 million, I'll tell you that much.
私の本当の
I wanna end up in a positive.
スモールブラインドハイカードコール
So, if I approach, I want to be a part of this spot because the lolly is in on it. So you could potentially be big if I had fixed like like the highest pair on the flop or even two pairs on the flop. It's a nothing burger. Nothing is happening right now with these whole cards. I'm gonna fold out of here. What do you guys think about the mix of the music and my voice, by the way? Is the music too quiet or is it just right? Y'all mind giving me some quick feedback there, because it's been a while. It's good? Okay. Thanks for the feedback, Tail. And Beast as well. Yeah, I'm gonna fold out of here, exit on the next hand. It's kinda hard to play against a player like this when they can just jam the table, whether they're bluffing or not. Am I? I think I was. I think no, I'm certain that I was like the top Western player on the leaderboards at some point. We're talking like more than a month ago. Maybe I'll maybe no, I'll for sure be doing more Poker Face streams in the near future. But just kind of trying to balance it out with mahjonging and stuff. I play a whole bunch of clients there. But yeah, feel free to add me. Where is my friends list? Yeah, here's my ID. Now, I wanted to check something real quick. Back when I was streaming this game more actively, oh, holy shit, there's already a player at level 90. Because the cap is a level 100, right? I remember the last time I saw Producer Ham, he was like level 80 something, but this guy's already at level 90. Holy shit. I remember this person so well. Making like kind of a tongue-in-cheek comment about the try-hard poker formula, followed by some of this stuff which is lost in translation. It's kind of you can kind of see by the characters' outfits that they have, their stats, that they're pretty committed to the game. I remember looking up this profile, and I played so much at the start because this player has been playing since the game has been released, pretty much like me. So I would find him in the purple tables all the time, and I would find it amusing that most people either don't bother putting anything on their profile or they will go with a simple description. Usually it's in Chinese because most of the player base is Chinese, either that or Japanese. But this one actually has like a try-hard poker formula, and I was like, you know what? I respect the dedication. And getting to level 90 while I was away is holy shit. That is some crazy amount of dedication. Here's my friend Alex. Shoutouts to you, Alex, if you end up watching this specific VOD in the future. You should be sleeping by now, but you never know. Because yeah, I'm streaming out of Europe. Okay, so Producer Ham hasn't made huge strides since I last checked on him, even though it is literally his job to play the game the whole day. It's still respectable though, level 82. There's still a bunch of dedication thrown into this client. Let's see, who else is on my friends list that's kind of balling. Yeah, holy shit, level 90 though. That's crazy. Is this how you get to level 90? By constantly raising on the pre-flop? Because if so, I don't think I'm willing to go there. Not yet, at least. A bit more conservative. As for my own stats... Oh, I'm probably gonna hit level 62 today. Let's see. I already kept my daily XP hands. I can do a whole bunch of SNG. Yeah, if I do SNG, I'll hit level 62 here. Yeah, we already have a throne player in here. Comes down to having high VIP and playing a lot daily. I know, I'm aware of that, but beyond that, even having the highest VIP level, you have to like pretty much no life the hell out of this client to get there. And I don't even mean that in a derogatory way, it's just the dedication is insane. It's like when you encounter a Celestial in Mahjong Soul, you know they've dedicated a portion of their lifetime to that game. I'm VIP of 4, you can actually do the 50 friends achievement, nice! I was more looking forward to having a cap of 50 friends, because people usually add me when they find me on the table. I was just glad that I didn't have to delete people out of my friends list all the time. Now I have some leeway to play with. Yeah, let's claim my achievements real quick. After that we're gonna go balls to the walls in SNG. Okay, so these ones don't give a title. The Chosen One, a title issued by the Azure Poker Association, Azure Bay Poker Association to those of exceptional achievement. Favored by Lady Luck herself, a living miracle at the table. I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't using... This looks fucking fantastic. If I wasn't using the streamer aesthetics, I would definitely try to make a run for this title. Cheap Tycoon is mostly paid. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. It's kind of like the Shrine Guest in Mahjong Soul. By the way, the last whaling achievement in Mahjong Soul is pulling 1,000 times. If you convert that to dollars, it's pretty fucking insane. Azure Bay is very miscellaneous achievements. Gotcha, gotcha. Cool. Well, I'm glad I got a big ol' 69 in here. Hopefully throughout the month I'll hopefully get to 100%. It's been such a delight though seeing this client be fleshed out over the months. When I started playing it was pretty bare bones. It had less buttons, way less tabs, way less options to acquire resources and whatnot. And right now it's looking pretty good. Friends is probably the biggest whale achievement. Well, if you want to help me get there, then feel free to add my ID. But nah, that's not even true, Tail, though, because... Hold on, where's the VIP thing? I have been, like I said, a bit blessed by the Poker Fate team in regards to that. But I think they added more VIP levels, right? Yeah, we're already at VIP 7. For 125% XP bonus. And my current level is this one. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I ain't got it like that. But yeah, if you can get VIP level 7, props to you. You must be going all in IRL to be able to pull that off. I'll say that much. Oh yeah, I guess you are, Till. You've been around for a while. Holy shit, that's actually a lot of roulette crystals. Nice.
まだ足りない全部盗んじゃいましょう会長
Are these challenges every Monday? Okay, so they're weeklies as well. Yeah, I could definitely, like, across a couple of streams, make good prog on this challenge tab. Cool. More resources. Matter of fact, do I have enough crystals to... I do. Do another cheeky pull for Himiya, which we're definitely not gonna get. Let's go for the hardest scope ever. Yeah, just get the nothing burger. Like a useless gift. Alright. That's pretty much par for the course. See what we got here. Play pinball 3 times. Say less. There we go. He managed to even strike even. That's alright. Wait, shouldn't that have counted? Okay. Special gift for 250 points. You kinda gotta play a bit of everything though. That's fine. I usually, as a like a refresher of sorts, to kinda unwind, I switch to Omaha when I'm playing Poker Fate. And SNG, you might not be aware of this beast, but at the start of the game there was a game mode which was the all-in game mode. They removed that from us, and out of spite, when I play SNG nowadays I always go all-in, no matter what hand I get. It's kind of the whole shtick. I'm sticking with that beat for as long as I play this fucking game. Yeah, SNG is pretty much my all-in game mode. Yeah. 2-7 offsuit, don't give a shit. All in all the time. You see a bonded nono who does the same thing? Yeah. I like going against other people that do the same thing. It's so volatile anyway. And the reason why I even consider doing that is just that SNG is limited to 3 players anyway. So one of the players, when they see you go all in, they fold. So you're basically going heads up every single time. It's like no harm, no foul kind of thing. Speaking of SNG, I think it's time I go ahead and do that. Oh, they added like free-to-play shit as well. Nice. I guess we should make a toast for the whales supporting the free-to-play mode. We appreciate that. The rest of us normal players. Although I'm kind of halfway into that category myself, because as I said, the moment I was given the top streamer title or whatever by the Poker Fate team, I kind of got boosted with their gifts. So that was a way of kickstarting my Poker Fate career, as it were. I say that tongue-in-cheek. This is no career at all, but it's just a way to describe it. See, these odds mean absolutely nothing if I draw an 8 right now. I didn't, and I'm out. Quickest game of my life. I don't think can I, right? Can you pay now 30k as well? Hold on. Gotta check this real quick. This is what I wanted to register for the division matches. I guess for some reason I didn't get a green ticket yet. Probably because I didn't zone into Omaha yet today. Oh, you're right. Good looking out, Tel. Good looking out. Green ticket is in the daily mission. Okay. Thanks a bunch. Okay, I guess we're gonna ball in division then. Right. Join me if you can. Even in division, all in all the time. All gas, no brakes. But only on SNG. In Texas Hold'em, I'm a coward. Oh, and by the way, even in SNG, if there's enough people around to join my tables, because sometimes you'll be waiting a whole bunch and no one joins, I play purple tables across the board, like every single mode. So you're gonna see that as well if other people want to join. I got owned immediately. Quickest bust of my life, and we are here. Okay, at least I'm getting the experience. But yeah, this is just kind of a way to unwind for me. I zone into SNG, go all in, and literally let the chips fall where they may. Was 2 out of 3 here. I guess someone else snagged my chair. Natsuki Himekawa in Discord. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Do they, I assume they stick mostly to the JP part of the Discord, not the English part. I don't usually check the other languages. This user is just Natsuki in Poker Fate? Gotcha, gotcha. Is, Tail 91 right now? Holy shit. Tail, do you know if AK is still around? Because he used to be top of the leaderboards all the time, like back then. You remember that? I even recorded a video on YouTube of us playing in a platinum table. Yeah, that was such a fun player to play against. I hope they didn't quit the game. Or, you know, it could be just the usual stuff like IRL got in the way and whatnot. That does tend to happen from time to time. Alright, go all in, cowards, all 3 of you. You too, Yagurin. Alright, let's go. Pump up these odds. Let's fucking go. 1 pair. At least I got the consolation achievement out of that. Haven't seen AK in a while too. I watched him play at Purple during the time I started, around late February to early March. We helped him get 8 million. We had the craziest luck. And during that time I played for like 3 days back to back. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, the thing is like, I remember AK was one of those players that hit the 10 times on color game and they basically had infinite chips. So they were always number one on the color game leaderboard. This was even before pinball came out. So it's like, if you're playing with 50 million chips like I am, there's something at stake with each game. You feel like you could lay down your family fortune and lose everything, or you could win a lot. But when you have infinite chips, like the players that hit 10 times wins, I wonder if that saps some of the enthusiasm they have out of the game. Oh well. I hope we'll see him again soon. This hasn't been going well so far today. I'm just vomiting chips in SNG. No, get me out of here. I don't even want to win this. It would actually, it wouldn't be the first time where I almost bust, like down to 0 chips and then make a comeback. But you just have to win like 10 hands back to back to back to back to back, going all in. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. But yeah, glad you guys are still around at least. Like Tell, Beast, which I'm now a bit more familiar with, now that I've seen you hanging in chat. Who else? I've played against Producer Ham a whole bunch, but back then the purple tables were less populated, so you would find the same people all the time. It was usually just like 1 or 2 purple tables going on at the same time. So yeah, I would queue against Producer M, especially because I think the developers are based out of Hong Kong. When I stream in my local time, up until the early hours of the morning, that's where Producer Ham probably begins his work day, which means that I would find him at the end of my streams. Oh, 27th of April? Over a week ago, Jesus. That's a hell of a grind to get to 100. But you know what? If they've committed to level 91, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be the first player to hit 100. Every day for over 2 months. Holy. I've been fooling around a little bit off stream, but not every day. I kinda bricked that achievement, I think. It's always kind of funny when it happens in SNG, when 2 players are playing strict odds and they fold a bunch of times. They give you a chance to make a comeback instead of busting you out of the table immediately. If you're always going all in like me. This game caught you really good. Yeah, same with me. It's like I said, man, Texas Hold'em over the years. It's been like an on and off relationship. Every now and then a new client will show up that will spike my interest. And just when I thought I was out, they pulled me right back in. Just like The Godfather. Except not in this hand. In this hand I got owned. Alright, Beast. I'll add you now. How about that? Now that I vomited 3 million chips in SNG. Welcome to the friends list. I have a feeling if I start streaming Poker Fate more often again that I'll hit the cap pretty soon. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Man, I just want to do more SNG until I hit level 62 though. Then I'll go back to... I want to say Texas Hold'em. So I'm gonna zone into blue tables in SNG until I hit 62. And then big balling in purples in Texas Hold'em. Didn't I play against these players in Texas Hold'em previously? Yep. Looks like we all decided to change the pace. Okay, I think everyone's in on the joke at this fucking point. That I always go all in on these hands. It was a little bit easier to game the system when they kept folding and giving me chances of making a comeback. Yeah, what a cool client and what a great job they've been doing over the last few months. Especially coming from Mahjong clients where you have mountains of stats to look up. I hope they keep leaning in that direction here as well. It's interesting to snoop around and see the play styles of other players. Although, like I said in the Discord, there's something to be said about playing a table for a long time and slowly figuring out how other players play, just as you would IRL. But in an online client it's interesting to take a look at the stats though. Unless of course you're like a celebrated, like well-known World Series of Poker player, then the stats are already available on the internet regardless of playing IRL, but I'm just, you know, speaking in a general sense. Just pulled this straight out of my ass, okay. Now it's looking a little bit more like I usually play here. Turn those shit odds into something decent? Nope, I got owned there by Sam Slays. We go all in with this bad boy. No we don't, because they folded. You see, like, when you go all in, it doesn't matter what kind of cards you have. You can't bluff. You can't game the timer. You can't game the bets or anything. The people already know what you're doing. So it's a complete toss-up. And I really do enjoy that change of pace. Even when I get owned at times like this. Go again. It's almost kind of like when you switch from playing Riichi Mahjong in Mahjong Soul and go back to Sichuan Mahjong, which is arguably simpler. You can go for silly hands. It's a change of pace. Alright, well, Surikado. We got this. In the bank. Alright, give me this big old prize pool. Come on now. Don't be shy. That's more like it. Give me a fucking queen. Anytime now. Alright, trading blows here. They're probably gonna fold. There we go. And that's what you should do anyway, once you realize that the other player is acting a fool and going all in all the time. The best thing you can do is fold until you get pocket aces or something like that. The thing is with like heads up poker is like, just because you get pocket aces doesn't mean I can't get two pairs out of the board and win anyway. So hopefully that happens here. The jury is out on that one. Come on, River. Okay. A big ol' nothing burger for both of us. Are they gonna fold? We're just gonna... Oh, they have to go all in because of the blind, right? But see what I'm talking about? Like, my pair of kings means absolutely nothing. It's a complete toss-up. Just like this hand. Yep. Won that for no reason. Just fix the lowest pair on the board. And there we go. Am I 62 yet? No. Almost there. Almost. Yeah, as far as stream duration goes, so as to prevent burnout, I usually go for 3 to 4 hours. So after I hit 62, I'll zone into a purple table in Texas Hold'em and probably call it a stream after that. Off stream though, it's an entirely different story because I don't have to yap for hours on end. I'll just be fooling around IRL, doing something and playing a game here and there. Alright, chop it up then. Come on, cowards. No. Let me out. I just want the XP. Let's go. Good job. Skilled pair on the river. What can I say? Can I river a 9 here again? Give them hope until the river and then crush it into a million pieces. No, just destroy them completely. Alright, that works. One more should be enough for leveling up. I'll link you later, Beast. The clip that I had, fingers crossed it wasn't fucking deleted on Twitch. Cause shit gets deleted after 2 months. Of me getting owned by the lolly on a gigantic pot when they rivered an ace. Because I usually don't react like explosively to anything, but that time I was fucking furious. That could have given me so much leeway to play with in the future. Alright, get me out of here. See ya. Good job, Kana. Please, just kill me. End the suffering. No, not like this. Okay, thank you. Alright. Holy. One more then. Go. You must be new here, Heart. I'm only zoning in to level up and act a fool. This is my playground. I always go all in. I'm just gonna get an 8 here. Easy as pie. Nope. Alright, Rip Bozo. Not quite. Slowly bleeding to death. Alright, get me out of here. Wanna go back to Texas Hold'em? Yeah, let's go. 62. There we go. That's more like it. We had to vomit some of our earnings in Texas Hold'em into SNG. That's fine. Let's go. Buy in with 5 million, sure. Alright, let's see who's balling it in this table. Mostly people with higher bankrolls than me, or at least buy-ins. But yeah, we're not too dissimilar. We can play with this. Yeah. Nope. No. If it was the like the last hand of the stream, I would have gone balls to the walls. You know what? Fuck it. Come on, let's go. Pump up these odds. I got an ace in my fucking pocket. Do it, coward. Oh. I deserve that. You fuck around and find out. The flop kind of gave me some hope, though. I'll say that much. Well. Do I have any right acting a fool like that on a pre-flop? No. But I'll be damned if it isn't fun. Let's not do that kind of shit again, though. Play it real easy. You wanna fold? No, you wanna call that? Okay. They haven't folded so far, so even if I betted, they probably would have, yeah, called it. We can sit this one out though. Do a little bit of this for the daily, I guess. I love the sound effects that they added to this as well. But yeah, even if my next stream isn't Poker Fate, I'll play a round of stream and show you guys something new. Hopefully Himiya, maybe. Wait, what am I doing? I'm not playing SNG anymore. Chill. Don't go all in. Sure, we can go heads up. Checking simulator. Alright, fleece me. Go ahead. I'm feeling kind today.
ビッグブラインドハイカードコールコール
Alright, you know what? I think I'm just gonna call it here. Because the hamster upstairs is starting to wander. Not focused anymore. If y'all wanna see big wins, you can go, especially you Tel and Beast, you can go back in the VODs. Well, I already posted it on Discord, but yeah. We had a good start, then we vomited some chips in SNG, and we had to act a fool there at the end by going all in. That was fun. This game is fun as hell, man. I like it a lot. But yeah, with that being said, thanks y'all for tuning in. Beast for following, Tel for checking in as usual. Yes, I am back to Poker Fate and I'll be streaming it more often. As well as, you know, the usual Mahjong clients. If you look at my channel banner, you kind of get an idea of how much I am into Mahjong. Beyond poker. We didn't get to zone into Omaha today, so maybe next stream I'll start with Omaha. We'll do that a whole bunch. Just gonna claim my weeklies. Thanks for showing up as usual, Tel. Your company is very much appreciated, even after all this time. And I guess I'll read the story off stream. Because believe it or not, I actually read the stuff that they come up with in this game. Not only the, okay, well, I'm not gonna say every single game, because Riichi City sometimes has such long visual novel storylines that I skip most of them. But for the Mahjong Soul stuff, I usually read the visual novel parts. And for Poker Fate as well. But yeah, that's it from me today. I'm done yapping. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you all next time. Peace. We'll always be here to support you if you feel like playing more. Yeah. Thanks a whole bunch for showing up. It really means a lot. It's a lot more fun shooting the shit with you guys here in chat while I'm playing at the tables. And also encountering the same people in the purple tables is fun as well. Figuring out their playstyles and whatnot. But yeah, as I said, I'm done yapping. Time flies by and it's already like 4 in the fucking morning. So I think it's a good time to stop. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace. Bye bye, bye bye.